Hey there, Bat family. It's me, Andy DeGenova, Holy BatCast. And yeah, it's been a couple weeks. It was the holiday season, so hope you guys had a very happy holiday season. But I'm back. It is time for your top 5 Batman stories of the week. Story number 1, we've got James Wan, the director of Aquaman, has wished us all a happy new year with a very cool photo thanks to Twitter. So it was a happy 2018 with some Atlantean armor and a hook and some artifacts and things. Looked very cool, very ancient, very Atlantean. There was some speculation about the hook that maybe, is he hinting at Arthur's hook hand from the comics in the 90s? And James Wan shut that right down. He tweeted that out and just said, no. That's it. No. I love that. I love that when these guys are just like, stop it. No, it's just a photo. But anyway, it was super cool. Just a nice little tidbit to get for New Year's. So huge thanks to James Wan. Can't wait to see more, including a trailer, whenever that might be. I know it's a little early, but what can I say? We need something to tide us over. Moving on, story number 2. Justice League has pretty much wrapped up its theatrical run, so now we wait for home video. And it seems like we might be getting it digitally sooner than later. iTunes has the digital release date right now under its pre-orders set for January 23rd. It was at like January 30th, and it changed to January 23rd, so it seems like it might be in flux. However, it's iTunes. They're kind of reliable, so we might be able to watch it digitally by the end of the month. But it seems like the discs still aren't coming until March. Again, it's all up in the air, but those are the dates that have been coming through, so we'll have to wait and see. But we might get digital in January, and then your Blu-rays in March. The most important thing is what's going to be on the Blu-ray. What extras are we getting? Are we getting deleted scenes? Are we getting extended cut? That's what fans want to know, and we will wait and see. Number 3, Patty Jenkins is out there, and she talked about Wonder Woman 2. So she gave us a little tidbit about that. What she said is we're actually making a totally different film with a lot of the same similar-like things that we love, but it's its own movie completely, so it's not two to us. It's an entirely new adventure together that we couldn't be luckier to do. So I guess she's saying, like, it's a sequel, but it stands on its own. Like, it doesn't just pick up where the first one left off. It's its own adventure. Sounds good. Makes sense. She was also asked about the possibility of Linda Carter, who, of course, was Wonder Woman in the 1970s show, about getting a Linda Carter cameo. And she said to this, she goes, we'll see. Linda's one of the dearest people to us, and has been a great mentor and a dear friend. We actually desperately tried to get her in the first one, and we had the scheduling that couldn't work, so she's always been part of our Wonder Woman family. We won't say anything yet, but certainly there's no lack of trying. So that would be super cool. I think Linda Carter deserves it. I love that she is still part of the family. I love how much, just how much respect Patty Jenkins and Gal Gadot showed Linda Carter during the whole thing with the first Wonder Woman film, and it'd be great to see her in the second film. Number 4 story, also a Wonder Woman story. So AFI has named Wonder Woman as one of its 10 films of 2017. And so everybody got an award, including our pal Zack Snyder. He was a producer on the film, so he got an AFI award for that. He shared it on Vero, because Vero is now his social media platform of choice, with just a simple caption of "What a great time." So it's for those of us who are Zack Snyder fans, it's nice to see him getting some recognition for everything he's done for the DC Universe and for these films. So obviously not to take anything away from Patty Jenkins or Gal Gadot or Jeff Johns, but Zack Snyder was in there too, and nice to see him get an award for it. And then finally, the biggest news of the week, the really big news, is about the new president of DC Films. So we know John Berg stepped away from the DC Films right before the new year, and they said we'd hear more in January. Well, we're only a couple days into January, and we've heard more. Walter Hamada from New Line Cinema has now taken the job. He's going to be the president of DC Films, working alongside Jeff Johns as the chief creative officer. So Hamada worked at New Line. He oversaw It and the Conjuring franchise. He has a lot of experience with horror, smaller budgets but very successful films, and he's going to come over to DC. Jeff Johns welcomed his new partner on Twitter. Jeff Johns has been kind of quiet on Twitter, but he shared this about Walter. He said, "Welcome aboard, Walter. Thrilled to be working with you. It's been a blast on Shazam. Now it's off to the rest of the DCU and get a Twitter account." So, cool to see him welcome him with open arms like that. That's really awesome. And it reminded me, because I honestly didn't even think about it, is that of course they would work on Shazam together because Shazam had been set up over at New Line. So Walter had already been working with Jeff Johns on Shazam. So I wonder if that factored into this decision. Maybe that production's going along swimmingly and they're like, this guy seems to get it. He's the guy to take over that post from John Burke. So on the surface, I'm not, I don't have strong feelings, good or bad, about it because it's a lot of wait and see. But one thing that I think is very promising is how he has taken movies that were very economical as far as budget goes and turned them into extremely successful films. That's something I think DC Films needs. We've talked about it on the podcast about how if these films didn't cost so much, they could be a lot more profitable, a lot easier. So it'll be interesting to see if some of that works its way into the DC films moving forward. But that's it. Those are your top 5 stories for the week. Always stuff going on. The DC universe just keeps chugging along, and I am here to hopefully give you the quick and efficient update as far as what's happening that you need to know. So now you know, and of course, if you want more in-depth discussion about all things Batman and the DC universe, check out the audio podcast, which is much longer than these videos, and you can find Holy BatCast wherever podcasts are found. But that'll wrap it up for this week. We will see you next week. Same bat time, same bat channel.
Thank you so much for checking out this episode of Holy BatCast. You can watch some of our other videos right here, and please subscribe to the channel on YouTube. You can also go to our website, holybatcast.com, so where you'll find the audio podcast. And if you listen to that show, do us a huge favor, please go to iTunes and rate and review the show there. It really helps get the word out about the show. Plus, on that website, where you're going to be able to pick up and purchase your very own stylish Holy BatCast shirt of your very own. So if you're feeling jealous, you can get one of these for you or a Bat fan in your life. You can also find us all over social media on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Just search for Holy BatCast, and there we are. And like Michael Keaton's Batman always says, I want you to tell all your friends about me. So tell your Bat fans in your life about Holy BatCast, because we're always interested in meeting new Batman fan friends. So that will do it for this episode. We will see you around Gotham.